Hi, Pre-Calc. It's Mr. Thompson. We're going to verify this identity from checkpoint 2, and it's going to be pretty fun, so get ready. Here we go. All right, so first we're going to start with cosine of x times cotangent x plus sine of x equals cosecant x. Now, as I like to do this identity, I like to basically keep my equal signs moving down the page as like a barrier, because remember, I'm not allowed to do anything across the equal sign, so I'm going to keep them separate. So I'm going to work on this side of the equation and this side of the equation, but never across the equal sign. So my first tip and trick is always, let's change things to sine and cosine. Well, I've already got a cosine right there, but then I've got cotangent. How do I make cotangent into cosine and sine? Well, of course, using my quotient identity, cosine of x over sine of x is equal to cotangent of x, an equal expression. Okay? Now, over here I have cosecant of x. Cosecant of x, by the reciprocal property, is 1 over sine of x. And now I've changed everything into sines and cosines. Now, I see this fraction over here, and my first thought would be to cancel, but I can't really cancel anything out. So maybe I could simplify a little bit. I have the cosine of x over 1 times the cosine of x times sine over sine. So I'm going to make that cosine times cosine is cosine squared over sine plus sine of x equals 1 over sine of x. Now you may be thinking to yourself, how in the world does that mess just equal that? Well, let's figure it out. So now I've done my first trick. I changed things into sine and cosine. I've done my second trick where I've started simplifying, and I'm also going to look for common denominators. Notice I have cosine squared over sine plus sine of x over 1. When I add fractions, I need a common denominator, so I'm going to multiply this by sine x over sine x, keeping inside my equal signs there. And now I've got cosine squared x plus sine of x squared, because sine times sine. And all of that is over sine of x. Now, my next tip or trick is to think, oh, I see squareds. Pythagoras is here. It's like, where's Waldo? So I found Pythagoras. Cosine squared plus sine squared is 1, according to my Pythagorean. And I now have 1 over sine x equals 1 over sine x. Notice I stopped working on this side for a while, but that's okay. And I have verified my identity, QED, quos erat demonstratum, as the Latin people say. We have shown it. All right, have a good one.